This is quarterback Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans. He's a phenomenal pocket passer, can hang with the toughest in the league, and when he needs to, turn the razzle-dazzle on and scramble to extend any play. Put simply, he always gets the job done. Well, usually. Yes, despite your confusion, you are watching the right video. This is about Eijiro Kirishima and his Red Riot Unbreakable. Patience, young Padawan. Let me set this up. You may be wondering, why am I talking about football, quarterbacks, and specifically Deshaun Watson getting swallowed alive by the Baltimore Ravens defense? Other than the fact that I'm a huge Ravens fan. Be more, baby, Flock Nation, let's get it! Well, it's because of what happened on this play. Under pressure, Watson chooses to scramble, and where he can usually break out and extend the play, here he gets dropped for a huge loss. Or this play, where Watson tries to avoid the sack by checking it down to a receiver, only to give it right to Baltimore. These perfectly illustrate why sometimes it's not a good idea to try to make something happen, and why not overextending yourself but rather focusing on cutting your losses and taking the simple option is best. And nowhere else is this philosophy of playing it simple more perfectly embodied than in Red Riot's Unbreakable. What's up? It's T-Hero, as in testosterone, cause today we're talking about that manly philosophy. Look at this, like, I shaved 2 hours ago. How manly. Okay. What's up? We already said that. Greetings, men. And women. Today we take a deep dive into the philosophy behind Eijiro Kirishima's Red Riot Unbreakable, and how he went from discouraged soft boy to the firmest, hardest of men, the manliest of men, when he solidified his position as a hero who always stands tall and never wavers. In My Hero Academia Season 4 Episode 5, while pursuing a group of criminals, Tamaki Amakiji is shot with a quirk nullifying bullet and unable to activate his power. It's now up to Kirishima to chase down the last thug. Faced with a villain who is crying because he's not manly enough and couldn't save his bros? Kirishima sympathizes with him, then gets attacked. Then, as Kirishima is lecturing him about manliness again, the villain proceeds to use Trigger and powers up his blade quirk, and Kirishima quickly realizes he might be the one who isn't manly enough here. But to really understand Kirishima's faulty complex here, we gotta go back a bit. Kirishima, from the very beginning of the story, has always doubted his own power because it was simple. Besides a middle school flashback which we'll learn more about in future episodes, he goes so far as to worry about being surpassed and left in the dust by his friends when they're all pro-heroes. Kirishima viewed himself as a failure and as someone who isn't manly when he couldn't help his friends and protect Bakugo during the training camp attack. Even just before Kirishima has the pressure turned up by being backed into this corner, he was admiring Tamaki-senpai and how amazingly versatile his manifest quirk is. He has octopus tentacles for capturing, clams for offense and defense. Hell, he could even fly if he needed to since he ate fried chicken this morning. All I have is my hardening. Any guy can do that. Wait. In a nutshell, Kirishima wants to be manly by feeling that he is useful, and that people need his unique abilities, that he can't be replaced by someone who can do what he can and more. A phrase that can be found in almost any language is a jack of all trades, a saying describing and complimenting someone who is very versatile, someone who can seemingly do it all and is an all-around master. Tamaki Amakiji is a jack of all trades, as anything he eats or consumes can be brought forth using his manifest quirk. His only limits are his food choices, and that killer, adorable, anxious personality of his. However, there is an extension of this expression that, when used, is less than flattering. A jack of all trades, a master of none. Tamaki hasn't always been skilled. He's dealt with anxiety and overcome obstacles to really master his technique, which we'll learn about in the future episodes. Now, of course, Tamaki Amakiji is a master of anything he manifests. I mean, he's in the big three after all. But being in this nullified state without his quirk's full power, he is useless, and as the saying suggests, is no expert or hero in this situation. Kirishima, with his one simple ability, is the only one who can be an expert here. Bakugo recalls when a steadfast Kirishima vowed to be a horse that would never waver during the sports festival, and the words All Might spoke at Kamino echoed. Sometimes, just standing up and not backing down is more than enough. Kirishima finally gets that chip off his shoulder by doing what All Might told him to. He goes plus ultra with his simple hardening ability, and by doing something simple yet effective, does it the best. As his body creaks like screaming metal into its final form, he stands tall and utterly unbreakable to protect these innocent people from this blade villain gone mad. Also, I know these people aren't heroes, but could they be more stupid? Kirishima just told you to run and go get to safety, and you're like, nah, let's watch a hero take on a dangerous blade villain standing 5 feet away. Hey, at least they praised him at the end, but man, they don't make it easy on our young Red Riot, do they? Regardless, Kirishima gets the job done by standing tall, and I'd say being able to become so hard you can deflect bullets that would render any hero useless, or actual bullets that would harm people, is a pretty impressive feat and makes Kirishima's stock as a hero skyrocket. I'm not going to go so far as to say toxic masculinity, but Kirishima's definition of manliness, which involved being a flashy hero or having some intricate, amazing, and versatile power, was very misguided and vain. Men are simple creatures. Getting really hard is manly enough. That doesn't sound right. If you hard, then you hard. Simple as that. That's all Kirishima needs to do. Don't worry about anything else. In fact, Kirishima nearly overextends himself. He's so concerned and sympathetic to the manly plight of this villain that he actually gets tricked and taken advantage of. Twice. To use my football analogy, Kirishima almost dropped the ball here when he tried to do too much. Instead of just standing tall with his hardening quirk to save the civilians behind him, he tries to go the extra mile and save the villain by being sympathetic to his manly worries. He needs Fat Gum to bail him out here in the end, and this is fine since he's still learning. That's what Fat Gum is here for. Heroes work as a team, everyone with their own unique talents. It's not just the quarterback or star receiver that is valuable. Sometimes making a tough tackle is more than enough. It's only when Kirishima focuses on doing that one thing at an expert level that only he can do. Not worrying about flashy moves, but rather simply standing tall and being unyielding, unbreakable, that his confidence is solidified and he becomes a real manly hero. As always, thanks for watching. Remember, you don't need to do it all. You just need to find that one thing that only you can do and do it plus ultra. But let me know down below in the comments. What makes someone manly or heroic? And has Kirishima achieved this? If you want to be more manly or heroic and enjoy My Hero Academia content and these theory videos, consider enrolling at UA today by subscribing. And until next time, plus ultra.